Hi, friends. It's so nice to see you. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. I missed the Saturday Psychic Sampler this weekend. I am so sorry. So, I made sure that I'm here for Tuesday so we can do a free-for-all. Any kind of question you like. It can be just general. It can be specific. Anything at all. I'm going to do my best to answer it. I'm using my trusty Wiser Tarot. Of course, special shout out to all the moderators, to the members, and to those who have already helped out with super chats and super stickers, like Justine. Justine, thanks for being a member, a moderator, and helping out with a super chat today. You're a triple threat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I want to remind you, if you are a member at the stars level or the suns level, the two highest tiers, you can join us tomorrow night, Wednesday evening, 7:30 Eastern Time, for our stars and suns Zoom gathering. It's informal. We have some fun. We do some study. We share some readings. It's lots of fun. And it's a perk for being a member at one of our two highest levels. The link is available in the community thread. However, if you can't get to that or you don't see it, just reach out to me. I will be happy to email you and send you that link so you can join us tomorrow evening, 7:30. Again, if you're a member at the Suns or Stars level. And I know a couple of people have already upgraded their membership so they can join us. So how cool is that? All right, let's get going. I do also want to let you know I do have some availability for readings this week. So the link to schedule is right in the description, so please feel free to do that. All right. Let's get going. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, here we go. So Trey, I love it that you ask these kinds of questions. Trey Cameron, first one up. Which will I like or be best at? Is it T? Is it H? Or is it D? I don't like any of these things. And I feel like, maybe you're missing something in the way that you're looking at this. Maybe there is a different way of looking at these things. Maybe these things are not mutually exclusive. Maybe none of these things are really where you want to be. Maybe there's a fourth option. If I had to choose out of all of them, I'd say D. But I don't see you really in any of this. And so I feel like there's something deeper going on here, and it might be the way that you approach this might need to be tweaked. It might be this is like totally, a different path than where you could be. It might be that it's really not that important. I don't know. But that's the read I got, so let me know how that hits you. All right. Santiago, nice to see you. I would like to know, what can my mother Maria expect if she stayed in the U.S. or if she comes to live in El Salvador? Okay. So for Maria to stay in the U.S. or go to El Salvador, man, it is really 50-50 and it's difficult either way. I feel like it's so close, like it's difficult either way. It's not like one is significantly better than the other. And so she needs to decide based on her own criteria, or if you're the decision maker, then you need to decide based on the criteria that makes sense for you. Because I'm going to say it's different, each one is different, but it's an equal amount of difficulty and problems, whatever she does. And I don't know how much of that is about her or how much of that is just life, but there's not a clear preference either way. All right, Chris and Louise. How can I get better at listening to my gut about people? I'm terrible at it. I am slow to process my feelings and thoughts and afraid of judging others that I end up in unwanted situations. So I have just a top of my brain idea about that I'm going to share with you, and then we'll do the cards. But the idea is to recognize this about yourself. And so to recognize that when you meet someone and you make a connection with them, you may sort of go too far in extending invitations or accepting invitations or being open to collaboration when you don't know them really well, but you're in a nice conversation and you want to let them know you're enjoying that conversation, or somehow you feel pressured into it. Know that you have this tendency. Be nice. Keep things open. Oh yeah, that might be a really good idea. Let's look into it, Be nice, be non-committal, let time pass. Know that you have this tendency and just make that be your rule. Whether we're talking about dating, whether we're talking about creative partners, any kind of energy at all. Don't make commitments right away because you know you do this. So that would be my advice. What do we see from the cards? Well, exactly the same thing. Don't make plans with people early in your relationship with them. Just don't do it. Talk to them. Get to know them. Be in your non-judgmental space. That's fine. Because we can be triggered we can be triggered by people, either positively or negatively. Sometimes we will really like people that are really toxic for us because subconsciously they feel familiar to us because they remind us of other toxic people we've had in our lives, right? So we're trained for it. We have a comfort level with it. Sometimes we don't like someone because they remind us of someone, but then we get to know them in their own right and they're really good, So it's all like that. So don't make any judgments about yourself or about them. Just give it time. Recognize that for all of us, our first reactions to people can come from a lot of different places. So just meet them and get to know them in a non-committal way, and you will save yourself so much heartache. And you may make some new friends you wouldn't expect. All right. Jeannie Mnuchin, so nice to see you. Congratulations on your event. Thanks for being a member here. I'd like any messages from guides and spirit about the completed festival, how it went from a cosmic perspective, whether there will be ongoing connections and what to focus on next. Okay, so how did it go? It was a good start. I mean, it was respectable. It wasn't the most, it wasn't like standing room only, but it was acceptable. It was good. It was good, and we need to know that. We need to know that we learned. We need to know that we grew as a community. We need to know that. So it went well. It really did. Now, will there be ongoing connections there? Oh, yes, absolutely, yes. Ongoing connections, friendships, new ideas, also some things that will be difficult. Maybe, some people who want to work with other people, but they don't want to, whatever. I mean, whenever there are connections, there can also be difficulties. So be aware that that's in the mix too. What to focus on next? If you want this to be an annual event, now is the time to do write-ups and to do all the things to start building for next year. So there's that. Definitely count this as a win. And think about what you want your next piece to be. I think it's got to be for you, I think it's got to be performance, like getting your piece out in other venues. I think it's also got to be continuing to connect with community and connecting with organizations. So I think there's a lot that you can do here going forward. Let's put it that way. Christina R., thanks for being here. 3 weeks in, I've discovered that I hate my job. I'm so sorry. I'm looking for something else. Will I be able to find a job that I like better that isn't as emotionally draining quickly? There are certainly other jobs. There are plenty of other jobs. That's not even a problem. You could go find 6 jobs today. Seriously. But finding a job that fits in with everything that you're doing and that is not as emotionally draining, yeah, I think you can. Yes. Yeah, I don't think that your expectations for how a job should make you feel in the work that you do, I don't think your expectations are unreasonable. Yes, this is a difficult time to be in the field that you're in. That's a fact. But I think you can do better. Yes. Julie. Okay, Julie, is my sister safe in her college? Or my bullies involved in causing her stress? I pray for her. Is that enough? Was she assaulted by a boy? That's some heavy stuff. I'm curious to know, how much you know here. That's an interesting thing. So, looking at her safety and what you need to do here, I do think she's been through something. And I think it's going to be worth talking to her because there may be things that need to be done either legally or within the university setting. Is this a good place for her? I wonder if she's going to want to transfer. There may be other things going on here that she's not happy with. So I think it's up to her. I think you need to really, if you are a person who can help her with decisions or if you can be a decision maker, I think you really need to talk to her about what it is that she wants and what she wants to do. All right, Justine, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for helping out with a super sticker. Okay, what does my current job give me, pros, benefits, versus what it's taking from me, cons, to continue working at this part-time job? If it's time to leave, would it serve me best to get another job before I quit this one? How urgently does this need to happen to avoid any further potential damage? Any of these questions would be helpful. Thank you. My issue is I feel like my plate is pretty full right now, but I have a feeling I need to set time aside to figure out this job situation. All right. So the part-time job, I feel like it takes a lot out of you without giving a lot back. And it's been a while. I mean, it's not just immediately, recently that you've been not happy with it. It's been a while. And so should you be looking for another part-time job? Yes, you should. And here's the thing, I don't think that you have to be urgent about it. I think you just need to know with this current part-time job, you're going to be leaving soon. Doesn't have to be immediate, but soon. And just sort of working into your life the search for another part-time job that could, that could suit you in terms of the schedule and your needs and stuff. And you may not find it right away. And you don't want to go from something bad to something worse. So take your time. Take your time looking for that better job. And I think you'll find it. I think you'll find it by summer. Then you can quit this job. Adrija, it's so nice to see you. I'm going through a period of healing where I'm doing my best to recover from what I've been through. Good for you. That's right. Realize that there's a lot of things buried. I'm not sure how long this will continue. I want to know if in the month of May, will my love life be? Will I feel recovered? This is just way too much to deal with. I'm so sorry. So in terms of your healing journey, I mean, the thing is, life is a healing journey. You will be on a healing journey for the rest of your life. And the more that you're aware of what's happening, the more that you're aware of your healing, the better it will do. But yes, life can happen concurrently, right? And so in the month of May, The thing is, I'm going to say this too, though. The thing that you're recovering from your perspective, is disappointment in love and, some historical disappointment in relationships. But I have a feeling that you're recovering from something much deeper than that, Adrija. I think you're recovering from things within you that have made you deal with relationships in a certain way that has made this so difficult. So this is a deeper healing than you realize. But the thing is, and here's the issue, I think that it's hard to find the right relationship while you're still not sure about it's almost like you want a relationship, but there's a part of you that feels like you don't really deserve to be treated well, but you want to be treated well. Like I feel like there's an issue here in your relationship with you, that the most important relationship here right now is your relationship with you. And if you can love yourself and be kind to yourself and enjoy your own company and feel comfortable with yourself and in your life, as soon as you do that, you will have received the healing that you really need. And from there, you will be able to choose a relationship that will really serve you. Will it happen in the month of May? I don't know. But it will happen. But it will happen sooner if the relationship you're really working on is your relationship with yourself. Mix you here. It's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. When can I expect to find a job? Money is very tight right now. I'm worried that I'll have to just take something I hate to pay the bills. Okay, so will you have to take a job you hate to pay the bills? Well, if you do, there will be jobs available, so that's good. Is it possible that you could quickly find a job that you actually like? I think what we got to look for is a job you don't mind. Not necessarily a job that's a great career move, but a job you can do with a smile on your face. That's what you're looking for. It is a job just to pay the bills. It is. And I think there's a larger question about what do you really want to be when you grow up and what does that really look like? That's a separate question. I think there's a larger question about career that you do need to be addressing. But in the short term, you just need a job you can stomach that will just pay the bills. And that's what you need. So go get one. Just go get one you can stomach and then put your energy into looking at, what the larger career plan might be. All right, Carrie Dunnick, nice to see you. I've had some big inner shifts this week since we've spoken. I'm wondering if things have changed for the possibility of a future with my recent partner. Well, wouldn't that be interesting? And we know that things can change. We know that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, my question is, has there been any shifts from this person? Because I feel like this person sort of revealed something that it's really kind of important to see. You don't really want to unsee it without being clear. So I think it's okay to be open to possibilities here. I do. But I also want to say that you saw something in this person that you didn't imagine. And I kind of probably mean that in both ways. Like you saw something really good there that you didn't imagine that really is there. But you also saw something really sort of harmful or incompetent there that makes him not a good. So you saw something that makes him a good candidate. You saw something that makes him a bad candidate. Can't unsee either of them. So it's okay to look further, but if I had to put money on it right now, I'm going to say there's something there with him that makes him not the right one. But that's just my opinion right now. As you know, things can change, and my opinion isn't what is important here. What's important really is your opinion. So I'm just going to say be open-minded, Be careful. Let's see what happens. Medea Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I have a ton of paperwork to do tomorrow. Anything I can do to make that go smoothly. Oh my gosh, there's so much of it. I think you have to do it in little chunks because otherwise it's going to drive you nuts. So set goals for, okay, I'm going to do all of this, and then I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do all of this, then I'm going to go do this. So you have breaks scheduled in. You're going to need it. And it's going to be your tendency to want to just sit down and get through all of it. Probably should not do that because it'll drive you nuts and you'll start to make mistakes. So take breaks. That's the key. Baby Cakes, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, man, I know this was so hard. For those of you who don't remember, Baby Cakes had the car parked and someone came and rammed into it. So not even driving, but a terrible car accident. So I feel so down about my car. I wanted to drive it for years to come. All this headache that I have to go through now. Am I going to find a good car? If I lose it, will I lose it? I know, it's so hard. It is so, so hard. I'm so sorry. But let's see. Will you get the car fixed and keep it, or will you lose it? I'm thinking you may lose the car. You may need a different car. It's possible that it's just going to be totaled. That what it's going to take to fix it may not be cost effective. So if you do lose it, you will very easily and quickly find another car that you will love very happily. It will be fine. It will be fine either way. I promise. I promise. It'll be fine. Nalini, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. My Uncle Errol has been heavy on my mind and heart. Does he have a message for me? And thank you for using members-only emojis as well. A message from Uncle Errol. Uncle Errol sees your heartache and encourages you to figure out what you need to do in order to be happy. He honors your need and your desire for happiness. He lets you know that, it's not just about being impressive or being successful in a particular way. You deserve to be happy, and you need to figure out what that looks like. And that's his encouragement to you. Kanchan Verma, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm doing my best in every area that I could, helping people, learning things that I don't know, but somehow there's no inner contentment. It feels more like a race. I'm so sorry. That's so hard. I think the thing is, Kenshin, you're a very conscious person. And in many ways, you are surrounded by people who are not so conscious. So that makes it hard, number one. Number two, I think that you're kind of confused about what's possible, about what you want and how to get there. So you're doing an awful lot, like you're trying to cover all your bases to get all the things done so that all the possibilities will be there. But I think you might need to be a little more focused in terms of what your goals are, what's going to make you happy in the moment versus what's going to make you happy in the long run. So as you're working toward your goals, what can you do in the moment to feel content in the moment? And what do you really need to do to achieve your goals? So it's being a little bit more strategic. Febborn, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. My aunt transitioned on the 16th. I'm sorry. Wasn't parked in my mind. However, wee hours on Sunday, my sleep was very restless. Seems like she was trying to reach me. Am I correct? And if so, why? Yes. And just a message of love. I don't think anything really in specific, but just a message of love, a message of connection. But also I feel like between you and her, or within the family, that the two of you, with a section of the family that the two of you are both a part of, I feel like there maybe has been some miscommunication, some people not getting along, some difficulties. And I think she wants to make that better. She wants there just to be good feeling. Okay. Yeah, Ashley, it's even different than Saturday. You can ask any question at all. Christine Hallowell, nice to see you. What do you see about me moving this summer? Had previously thought about England, but changed my mind. Will I move out of California? Okay, so let's take a look. I do think moving this summer is a good idea. I agree, not England. And unclear about California. California is a big state. There's lots of places one could live. So unclear. I do see a move. I don't see it to England. I'm not sure where it is. And, the question, I would almost say you probably will stay in state, just maybe in a different place. All right. All right, here we go. Hang on one second here. Ashley, here's your question. Got it? Ashley, I would like to know about passing the insurance exam. Will I pass the first time? So I think you have all the knowledge. I think by the time you get to the test, you have the knowledge. As long as you're not nervous, as long as you just go in and do it real calmly, I think you have a very good chance of passing it, yes. Bianca Taro, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. How will career and finances be for me for the rest of this year? All right, let's take a look. Oh, there's new changes. There's new job coming in, new money coming in. Better, improvement, really good. Really good. I feel like you've got some good ideas. You're moving forward. You're learning. You're growing. I'm really very pleased with what I see as improvement, new direction, good direction. It really looks good. Martha Vink, nice to see you. Any guidance for my week? Certainly. Okay. Martha, this week, try to spend some time with your mom. Try to spend some time getting stupid stuff done that you've been putting off, whether it's paperwork or laundry or something, But I feel like there's stuff that has to be done, and try to also have some fun. So those three things in addition to everything you have planned. Faith, thanks for being here. Which external party, mother, mother-in-law, friend of husband, can assist with healing my marriage? Husband doesn't want to go to counseling. How to take away the resentment? I guess my question, Faith, is why do we think that an external party could help heal the marriage? So let's start with that. Could any external party help heal the marriage? I don't see it. I don't see anyone around you being able to do that. When we look at your husband, he is in a place where he is very comfortable resenting you, disrespecting you. And some of that disrespect may be just how he feels about women in general. It may not be just you. And so the fact that he won't go to counseling is a huge red flag. It's a huge issue. And so, the only thing I can think of is, do we think we could get any of these people, mother, mother-in-law, friend, to at least get him to be willing to go to counseling? That would be something. Could you get any of those people to help convince him? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure any of those people would be willing to do that. And B, even if they did, I don't know that he would really be open to it. I feel like there is so much hurt in him, around him, and in this marriage that he just doesn't want to deal with. And if he doesn't want to deal with it, I don't know that there's a way forward. I am so sorry. This is very difficult. But I agree that trying to get him to counseling is the right thing. So if you're going to try to get anyone to help, that would be the thing to get the help for. Good luck. Teresa C., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for being a moderator here. Is transferring to the University of Maine a good choice for me? I think it's a reasonable choice. I think it makes sense. I don't think it's the only choice. If there's time and if there's a reason to, you could comparison shop. But I think it's a legitimate choice, a legitimate opportunity for sure. For sure. Pip, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. How is my holiday going to go? Let's take a look and see. I think it's going to be a nice change. I think there will be some real stressful moments, though, and you're going to have good boundaries and be really clear with yourself about what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, how it's all going to work, because I think it could be stressful. There are ways it's going to be good, but there are ways that it could be stressful. And I think the whole key is going to be boundaries. Teresa, I am so glad you're coming to the Zoom. That's so good. Okay, Heal with Sunshine. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. My question is, what's the best way to deal with my son's changing behavior at this time? My goodness, okay. That sounds difficult. Okay. Heal with Sunshine. Best way to deal with your son's changing behavior. Okay. Don't feel like you have to correct or comment on every single thing. Try to figure out what is irritating but harmless versus what really needs to be commented on or corrected or dealt with. So basically, really try to think about it. And there may be some things that do require some professional intervention. There may be something there that requires that. But not everything. So don't catastrophize. Don't make things worse than they are. But do and recognize that some things, as part of this behavior, some things are probably not a big deal, but some things might be. So like that. Good luck. And ultimately, this is going to be a long journey. I think it'll be okay in the long run, but it's going to be a long journey. All right. Allie Mammon, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Could you please give me advice as to what my spirit team wants me to do to achieve stillness in my mind, to hear guidance from the universe? All right. Be in gratitude. First, practice gratitude. Be grounded and centered. Practice stillness by being still. Seriously, you heard it here first, the wisdom of the tarot. There it is. Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. My question is it best to keep my distance from the troublemakers at work? So, you know, the thing is, you have to work with them. You have to be careful with them, but you have to work with them. So I think, like, if you just keep your distance, that's a problem. If you trust them and think they're your best friends, that's also a problem. So it's got to be somewhere in the middle there. You can't really keep your distance, but you can't trust them either. All right, and thank you everyone for your feedback. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. All right, George, what do you think is better, to go back home or stay in the U.S.? It'll be difficult either way, but you might be better off staying in the U.S. Ren Geronimo, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. General guidance, happy to do it. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you talk to. You have friends around you. You have real friends that you can count on. But you have other people around you. I think the thing you have to recognize is like some people really are your friends and some people are pretending to be your friends. I'm not trying to make you paranoid. But just be careful about like who gets into the inner circle of trust. Be careful about that. You can have friendly acquaintances, but only certain people can be in the inner circle of trust. That seems to be important. Oh, Julie, I didn't understand that part of the question, Julie. Okay, let me double back to this one. The people who bullied you are involved in causing stress to her. That's your question. Are the people who bullied you causing stress to your sister specifically? Not necessarily. This is not necessarily related to you or your situation. It's really more about her, I think. All right. So Trey, if you're still here, I hope that you are. I'm just seeing your comments now. I'm sorry I didn't see them earlier. I mean, I think it's just of all the things you've got going on in your life, what you choose here really isn't that serious. I think that's all it is, really. Michelle F., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I need to talk to and set some boundaries with a person. I'm concerned about how they will react and the repercussions that may come out of their reaction. Is there a message for me in this? Right, and that's like absolutely, like the people who need boundaries most are the people who are most resistant to them when they are set, right? It always happens that way. Okay. Oh, good, Trey, thank you. Okay, good. Okay. So, Michelle. So, the person you need to set boundaries with, how will they react? They're going to try to make you the bad one, and they're going to try to bring up past circumstances to make their situation okay. And they're going to try to pretend to be cooperative without really listening, and they're going to talk about their feelings in a way that's not helpful. That's my guess. Now, can you get them to hear your boundaries and abide by them? They're not going to want to, but this is part of a process. You have to do this process. What will be the repercussions of you setting this boundary? I mean, the only possible repercussions in the long run would be improvement. So I think the key is the fact that you're worried about this person's reaction just reinforces the need for the boundaries in the first place. Give them space to process the boundary, because it's going to be hard for them, and just give them space to process it, but don't back down on it. But be nice about it, right? Be firm, but kind. And I think it may work out in the long run better than you thought. All right, Betty Flesher, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, asking for a reversals class. Well, I'm putting the June schedule together, so there shall be. There shall be. Okay. Okay, here we go. Betty Flesher, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. In a health question, what would death reversed followed by 5 of Cups reversed be? My best guess, if we're reading about someone's health and it's death reversed and 5 of Cups reversed, it's like there is definitely a circumstance here. And it's not going to get better and it's not going to kill you right now. But there's a circumstance, there's something you're dealing with. And that 5 of Cups reversed means it can be mitigated. It may not go away, it may be chronic, but it can be mitigated, it can be handled, it can be dealt with, it can be treated. That's what I would say to that. Death reverse, meaning no change. So it's going to continue. 5 of Cups reversed, meaning not ideal, but in its reversal, a situation we can deal with. Raquel, speaking of boundaries, here we go. Hang on one second here. Raquel, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What is the best way for me to continue to keep my boundaries? Some days feel great and others are just overwhelming. Any help would be great. So the real question there is, what causes the overwhelm? Why are some days great and some days are overwhelming? What is the thing that is happening that makes you feel overwhelmed on those days? And I think it's because you question yourself. It's because you question yourself. And it may be that the person you've set boundaries with is questioning you or pushing the boundaries. But at the end of the day, it causes you to question yourself. What makes holding your boundaries hard is that you question yourself and you question your right to have the boundaries. And so then the question is, are your boundaries ridiculous? Are you telling people that they can only walk on the ceiling? I mean, what are the boundaries that make you feel like you're asking for too much? I feel like your boundaries are freaking fine, thank you very much. So it's about you questioning yourself. That's what makes it feel overwhelming, in my opinion. Okay. Tortoiseshell Moon, nice to see you. Kathy, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I'd like to know if my situation will change soon. I've been doing all I can to shift this energy, completing my degree, applying for jobs. Will the payoff come soon? Fair question. So everything that you're doing is a lot of work, and it's really, really hard, and it just feels so overwhelming, and you are tired. And you're tired in 2 ways. You're tired in the way, that makes you just need to sleep, but you're also tired in the way that means you need to have fun and do something like frivolous. You're both kinds of tired. When will we start to see the real payoff here? Soon. And it's going to be good. I mean, it's not like all at once. It's a little bit at a time. We see improvement a little bit at a time, but you're definitely on the right path. You're definitely doing the right things, and you're definitely going where you want to go. It's going to be okay. Hang in there, seriously. Oh, this is good feedback, Kenshin. You saying I'm conscious resonates so much because narcissists are calling me unconscious. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And Martha, off to see the Indigo Girls. Very good. Oh, Justine, thanks for your kind words. All right, next request I see is Von Ray. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Here is a general reading for you. All right. Von Ray, your general reading is, it's just so up and down. There are some days you feel confident. There are some days you feel unconfident. There are some days you feel like everything's going to be okay. There are other days you feel like terrified. There are some days that you feel really creative and talented. There are other days that you feel like you're just being a wannabe. It's up and down. Things feel up and down. And so what you need to do is recognize that things feel up and down, but do not make decisions or find truth in the down part. When you're in the up part, feel good about it. When you're in the down part, just be like, okay, I'm feeling that way right now, but I know that there's no truth there. Aria Wilson, so nice to see you. Here's a general reading for you. Aria Wilson, at this time, I think it would be so good for you to spend some time with friends, people that you really know you can trust, people that you really know you can have fun with. I really feel like you need to do something fun. I mean, not for your whole life. You need to keep working toward goals and doing all those important things too. But I feel like for right now, it's really important for you to have some fun. TJ and GA, What do I need to focus on for my personal spiritual growth at this time? That sometimes it's not about results. We may pray for something or work to manifest something or do magic for something, and we may not see the results we expected right away. We need to be patient. And I think for you right now, your personal spiritual growth is about connection, feeling connected to spirit, feeling the energy within you, feeling the energy around you. That's where the focus needs to be right now, I think. Sarah, 88. How is my situation at my workplace? Let's take a look. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's okay. It's okay. DH, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. All right. DH, what does the universe want me to know? The universe wants you to know that you are enough, that you will have enough, and that things that are painful will not always be as painful as they are right now. Okay, Shamora, you're up next. Does Capricorn J still love me? I don't know, man. I'm not thinking that's really where we're going. There are some feelings there, I think. But I feel like there's a reason you're asking the question. Let's put it that way. Sidle pedal? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Will my finances improve within the 3 months? No, probably not. But I think you can keep them from getting worse. In order to make improvement, you may have to do something differently. You may have to make a conscious decision to do something differently. Okay, hang on one second. Divine abundance. Will I find love this year or the next? Well, let's see. I think when we look at your search for love, I feel like you can absolutely find love and you can find it soon. But you might need to make some changes. You might need to make some changes in what you're doing to look for it. You might need to make some changes in kind of how you're allocating time and energy for the search. So I think if you put more energy into the search, you will. You will. Okay. Next question, prayer. Will my person choose the third party or me? Let's take a look. The thing is, your person is probably likely to choose you, but you may need to make some choices yourself there, because I think this is a situation that could serve as a warning. Lisa Harmon, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I would like to know how to get rid of my reluctance to push boundaries. Well, it has everything to do with the fact that you were taught not to. And so you're going against your teaching. So you have to sort of put new teaching in. And I think you have to recognize I think you have to recognize that you are consciously overriding your childhood teaching. So it's really between you and your inner child who is afraid to do it. That's what I think. Hey, Barrett, nice to see you. Oh, Michelle. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Okay. All right. And Lisa Harmon, I want to thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. And this is a good time to remind everyone who is a member at the star or sun level, we're meeting tomorrow on Zoom, 7:30 p.m. We're going to share some readings. It's going to be fun. The link is up on the community thread. If you can't find it, or if you don't see it, just email me. I'll get it to you, but join us tomorrow night at 7:30 if you are a member at the stars or suns level. Okay. Pip, for my friend Pamela, who can't be here. Will Pamela be successful in figuring out how to handle the aftermath finances, house selling, etc.? Basically, the handling of her mother's estate. It's going to take time, and she needs to know it will take time, and she needs to prioritize. She needs to really look at what are all the tasks and what are the legal priorities, and where does she need to ask for help, and how does she find that help? It's about prioritizing, it's about patience, but she'll absolutely be able to do it. Yes, it feels overwhelming, but she absolutely will be. The key, and I wonder if her brother is part of this too, and what role he's playing, because I feel like he should be involved in this too. So that might be a piece of it. Okay. All right, and thank you everyone for your feedback. I do appreciate it. Next question I see is Dr. Aled. So nice to see you. I will move to Delaware in 3 weeks. Congratulations. And you are approved for the new construction. That is so good. I am so proud of you. So good. Do I see your mans now that you're making this move? Yes. Yes, I think this move was what we were waiting for. Yes, 100% yes. So we are very pleased about all of this. So good. I know that the work that you're doing will benefit all. But it also needs to benefit you, and it looks like we're starting to see the beginning of that. Fallen Angel, nice to see you. Should I stay at my current job or look for another one? I think for right now, the current job is going to be the best you can do for now. All right, HVB Suriname Sport. Any blessings coming this year? I think blessings in terms of friendships, relationships, love, also work and money. So yeah, love and money, man. What's better than that? That's all you need, really, in a lot of ways. All right. Okay. My goddaughter likes 2 young men and would like to know which one is the one. So you got to give me a differential. You have to give me the first letter of each name or something so I can choose, or make them 1 and 2 or something so that I can choose. So Dr. Aled, Robin Renee, I'm going to give you a second to give me a way to differentiate the two. That'll make it easier. And meanwhile, if I've missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Please do reiterate your question. It is last call for readings, y'all. I do want to remind you I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or in person in my Palm City office. I do have openings this week. The link is up on the description, so make sure you join us. No, that wasn't what was supposed to come out of my mouth. What was supposed to come out of my mouth is, so book your appointment. Definitely. Make sure to join us whenever there is an opportunity to join us, of course. So I'm still looking for the differential from Robin Renee, and I'm not seeing it, so let me go in and try to do this anyway. So the first question is, could either of these 2 men be the one? And what if it's neither of them? What if it's neither of them? And then we say, well, is there one that's better than the other? And the answer is, oh, okay, one works at a cafe and one's a graduate student. I'm already like, I don't like either of them, but now I'll do that, so that's good. Okay, so one works at a cafe and one is a graduate student. So do we like cafe or do we like graduate student? No, I don't like either of them for her. I would say she can hang out with both of them or none of them, but should still keep looking, in my opinion. Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's neither. Queen of Wands. Any guidance from my ancestors and spirit guides? Yes. Be in gratitude for all that is good, but do not fool yourself or fool others in thinking that some things that are not good are actually good. You know what I mean? Like if something is not good, call it out for what it is. Call it out for what it is. Do not lie to yourself. I think you can have a tendency to just make things okay, whether they're okay or not. There's a lot of good things in your life that really are good and really are okay. But there are some things that are not. You're going to have to be honest with yourself and others about those things. We all share the same opinion. That's so funny. All right, my friends. I want to thank you so much for being here. Did that make sense, Queen of Wands? Was that at all helpful? That was interesting, right? I want to thank you all so much for being here. Oh, Taina. Should Taina go back to her previous job or stay where she is? Oh, man. We should all have such problems. Either is fine. Whatever she wants to do. They're both good. They're both good. Either or. Whatever she wants. Oh, Queen of Wands. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. My friends, thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Members, if you're a member at the star or sun level, join us tomorrow, 7:30 on Zoom. Thank you so much. Be good.